Okay, hey everybody, good evening. It is Wednesday, May 29th, which is insane. I can't believe it. Tomorrow is our kids' last day of school here, so what the heck? What the heck? So anyways though, okay, I am seriously in love with this girl, and I just think she's very, like she said, she's raw, she's real, she's unfiltered. But I want to put it on there, she's very real, and that's how I like and have loved her approach to coaching that I've watched for some time now. So I'm going to introduce her really quick, Kristina Battaglia. She is a brand new 15-star diamond coach, guys. I mean, she is like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, you better bow down. She is married to Bill. They have 3 kids. They have twin boys, and then they have Piper, who rules the house. And I just love to watch, like, I'll start watching her stories. I'm like, I gotta stop because I'm gonna watch her all day. And she, like I said, 15-star diamond coach. She is already locked in elite for this year, 4-time. Okay, it's done. It's done. And she just has a powerhouse team. She has a lot of energy, and I just love the community she's built. And I'm literally just going to let her take the floor from here and speak to you from her heart. Okay? It's all yours.
Okay, we ready? We buckle up? Okay, so thank you. I'm so excited. Okay, so here's a funny story about Kristina. She probably doesn't even know this. I'm very forthcoming and like energetic, and like if you throw me in a call, I'll talk all day. But if you put me in person, I'm super like kind of reserved and shy. Sorry, my mom's calling me. I am not someone that will ever like go up to somebody and be like, hi, how are you? Like, it's just not my style. And so when I first became a coach and I qualified for like elite parties and stuff like that, my husband is Mr. Like, he'll roll over with shots and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God. And so we walked into my first elite party and I knew no one. And Lindsay Matway was like in the corner. My husband like, well, just go sit here. I'm like, we are not sitting there. That is Lindsay Matway. We do not sit at that table. We are standing over in the corner. We're not sitting next to anyone. And I was like freaking out. And Christine Clone, she's like, hi, blah, blah, blah. And like her husband was talking to my husband. And it was like, I was like, I have a friend. And so like now whenever I go to these parties, I like look between, and then Jamie's on here and I like bombed into their cabana. And I was like, are you sure you guys want to like let me in? And like, so like I always eye up for people that I know because I'm super like shy actually in person. So like if you ever see me, like come say hi, because I probably won't say hi to you, and I'm not being mean, I'm just like terrified. But the one thing that I'll say is that I want to give value to you. I want to provide as much growth opportunity and excitement and hype and everything, but I don't want to motivate you. I don't want to inspire you. You can do that yourself. I don't need to do that. I'm going to share my story and share my truth and kind of go in on you guys. I'm going to say stuff that Christine and Jamie probably want to say to you, but you guys would get sensitive if they said it to you. But if I say it to you, like I can be the bitch from the other team. That's completely cool. And that's kind of my job that I come in here and do. But you're not going to do anything by just listening to me. I think that's great. I love eye contact, whatever. However, I would rather you spend this next 30 minutes inviting your balls off. It's the end of the month. I don't care where you are at. You need to finish it up strong. You don't need to write yourself off. You need to finish. So I'm totally cool if you don't even look up and you just give me like a head nod once in a while. Like that's totally game on me. I want you to invite your balls off. Follow up. Go crazy. Get people plugged in as much as you can for the end of the month. And I'll say, do never ever discredit what is possible, because she just announced that our team went superstar. Let me tell you that the Thursday before I went into qual, I was a 5-star diamond in my back office. And 1 week later, we went 15-star qual. And all it was, and not everyone knows this, I was a 10-star in my past, but we dropped. Like, here's a thing that somebody told me, and it kind of bit me, was who gets you to 5 doesn't get you to 10. Who gets you to 10 doesn't get you to 15. I will say, though, the people who got me to 10 got me to 15. And that's pretty baller of our team. But this is what happened. Everybody crumbled, right? Because the other thing that you guys will really like is out of 5 of those accounts that we were 5-star, I was 4. It was my 2 business centers, my mom and my husband. And then I had one other baller coach. And all it took was me reaching out to each coach and saying, hey, what's your goal by summit? And everybody, it's just like cliche, diamond's my goal, blah, blah. Okay, well, I'm going to put your money where your mouth is, right? And so I didn't say what our team goal was, but I threw them all in a thread after they all said they want a diamond. And I said, we have exactly 15. That if you truly want to be diamond, if that is truly your goal, and every single one of you is ready to link arms and make this happen, we can do this. And we did it in 3 days. Every single one of those girls was less than 5 people away. We did it in 3 days. And so I was like really nervous. And I was like literally on the phone with Jemima every day, who's, if you don't know, is head of compliance. Cause I'm like, I swear this shit is legit. Like, we are not doing anything shady over here. This is like completely legit. So like, I was like on the phone with her and I talked to those girls, and what it came down to is just having, Shannon, mute yourself. I know, it's fine. I'm so used to this. What it came down to was, and each one of them would say this, that if it wasn't for a team goal, if it wasn't for something that somebody else was depending on them, they didn't care enough. They spent their entire life giving up on themselves. They spent their entire life being complacent and okay with it. We're settling less than what's possible. It wasn't until it was literally, hey, we're all in this together, that gave them the momentum of like, I'm not going to be the one that lets them down because I'm not going to give up on myself. And that was that common goal of what happened. So if you're at -2, because I started this month out at -2. If you are at negative, and it's my second return ever, and it wasn't even, long story, but it was shitty. But I started out at -2. You finish strong. You keep going. I'm in Success Club. I'm way above Success Club. But guess what? I'm not done because the month isn't over with. We have more people to help, and we get in this mind frame of numbers and challenge packs and this, that, and the other, but we're talking about a freaking life. And if your coach gave up on you, you wouldn't be where you're at right now. So you have no business giving up on somebody else. That was just my intro. I just went on like a crazy rant. Sorry. So, okay, a little bit about my story, just quick. My whole background is in health and fitness. I don't know if any of you are trainers or anything like that, but Beachbody was just gross. It was scammy. It was disgusting. It was so beneath me. I would never do. I had to unblock, once I met them at elite parties, 4 different coaches who had invited me in the last 4 years that I had blocked. And then they asked me to do team calls, and we're like, I can't reach out to you. So I like reach out to you on Facebook. It's weird. I can't find your Instagram. I'm like, I blocked you because you invited me. So when I go over like what no's are, you're going to understand I was every single one of them, and you getting offended or butthurt over somebody ghosting you or not responding to you or blocking you, you're giving up on someone like myself. You're giving up on someone that this could literally change the game for them, but they were so ignorant and miserable in their past that they weren't ready for it. So, okay. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. What it came down to is I never felt I looked the part. You can hear my whole story. I say it, and who cares about my story? We're going to go past my story because that isn't going to affect you and your growth. So let's talk about this. What if right now I guarantee you that you will be successful? I guarantee you a 6-7 figure, whatever like floats your boat, whatever like gets you excited in life. I'm guaranteeing you that. Would you be scared? Would you hold back? Would you post? Would you invite? Would you follow up? Would you go balls to the wall? Would you be transparent? Would you put yourself out there? Would you do everything if you knew the end goal was the biggest success you could ever imagine? Because I'm guaranteeing you success if you do it. I'm telling you, if you are willing, I don't have any different tools than you. I don't have any different products or programs than you. I stick strictly to Beachbody programs. I do all their stuff. I'm drinking Recharge. I never drank Recharge before. I thought it was disgusting the first week, just like we all thought Shakeology was disgusting the first time. Now I'm addicted to it, and I have it every night. This is something that we all are on the exact same I have the same social media. I have the same filters. I have the same everything that you have. The only difference is I'm freaking relentless. I will not give up on myself because I spent my entire life giving up on myself. I am surrounded. You want to talk about people who don't support you? You want to know what I did when I hit 15 star? I took my 1 star to a massage. That was my 15-star celebration. I don't have a support system around me that's cheering me on. I have a support system that struggles with my success. And what does that do? Fuel me to be more successful. Because if no one's going to shout me out, I have an upline coach who didn't even shout me out hitting 15 star. Ignored me, has not even messaged me since hitting it, and we had no problems before that. If you don't have somebody supporting, shouting you out, you're chirping crap in your ear, then shout your own damn self out. Shoot for the stars. Grow your success. There's no one you need to impress more than yourself. So impress yourself. Do what you don't think is possible. Lock in like a freaking pit bull to your goals and relentlessly go after that. I was just asked by somebody, and they said, are you living up to your potential? And it was like the craziest gut punch to me. Because I'm someone that when I'm in a goal mind frame, it's happening. Like that's our hashtag in our team is it's happening. Like if someone's going to rank advance, I'll get like a random DM that's like hashtag it's happening. So I know that they're cooking up something big. And so for myself, when I'm in that goal mind frame, yeah. And then when I slip out of it, when I see things, when I see my diamonds right now falling, when I see them not hitting Success Club, I get in this lax. I'm like, well, we already hit that goal. I should be able to breathe for a month. And there's no problem with breathing. There's no problem taking a break. There's no anything like that. But you're limiting your potential. You're not going after what you're actually capable of. And that doesn't mean you always have to be 110%, but I would challenge you to always be at least 100 because you are fully capable of being 100%. It's fine to be 50%, but then expect 50% of the results, right? But what if you want 100? And what if you want 100 until you hit your goal and you got to that goal and then you're like, okay, well, that didn't actually make me feel as good as I thought it was going to. So let's set a new goal because it's more fun to hit it than it is to actually achieve it. So continuously set new goals, continuously have fun with it and enjoy the process. And guess what? When I say enjoy the process, that doesn't mean that it actually is like something pretty all the way through because it's going to be really freaking ugly, but enjoy the process that you're actually going to get there because you know you're not going to give up. That's the power in this whole thing. So I'm going to go through a couple of different things. And I want you guys to really go in your head and think about where you're actually in this. And there's 3 different types of coaches. And this goal for me with this call is just to level you guys up in your belief and knowing. And I know here's the other thing. I don't want to hear like, oh my God, I so needed to hear this. I don't give a shit if you need to hear. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do after you hear it? Because you hear that all the time, right? You say like, thank you so much. I needed to hear this today. And my response is always, okay, now what? What are you going to do now? You heard it. What now? Because that's what matters. You can hear things, but unless you do it, forget it. So 3 different types of coaches. You've got, 3. Okay. You've got the must be nice. This is the person that heard my accolades and was like, oh, must be nice. She's been a coach for how long? Or she probably got really good coaches, or she did X, Y, and Z, or she probably got like, and you go into this like must be nice mentality, which I learned from my in-laws is not a compliment. So if you are one of those people that says must be nice about things, get out of your head because you're already comparing to people and you're just limiting your potential. You're getting angry about what other people do for success. And again, we all have the exact same tools and platform. So if you are a must be nice, let's squash that because that is like dead zone quicksand that you're in. The next one is the cheerleader. This is someone that Christine says, we're going elite this year. I have this goal by summit and blah, blah, blah. And you are the first person to like it and love it. And you're like, oh my God, yeah, girl, do this. I'm going to have nothing to do with this. I'm not going to grow my team. I'm not going to help you achieve that goal, but I'm going to cheer your ass on the whole way, right? You have those people that pop on these calls but don't do their business. They just want to be a part of something, and that's totally cool. You've got people, but don't pretend. You've got people who like and love all your comments, which thank God, because traction would suck if you didn't, right? Like every single person on here, you see someone go live, you better be slamming on that heart. Your thumb should have carpal tunnel by the end of it because you're giving so much love to those people. You should be commenting. You should be going nuts. And I'll tell you why at the end. But that cheerleader mentality is great, and it's 50% super critical in your business to be a successful coach. But that's not all you need to be, because being a cheerleader is that like chronic scroller and double tap, scroller, double tap. That's not actually doing anything to grow your business. That's just trying to get friends. Okay. So the next one is your hustler. And what this is the person that sees the people that you have the must be nice people, but you heard my accolades and you're like, watch me do it faster, watch me do it better, and watch me lock in 15 and none of my people drop. That's that hustler mentality that you're like, that's great that you did that. Watch what I'm about to do. And then the other 50% is that cheerleader, because you need that cheerleader component that you don't just want yourself to be successful. You want every single person around you successful. You want everyone. You want your whole team to be successful. You see someone shout it out and you're like, oh my gosh, you see someone shout it out on the national wake up call and you're tagging their name because you're just happy that they hit it, right? Because you're supporting somebody else. That's what this business is about, is uplifting yourself and gaining that support system. So if you're like me and you don't have it around you in the reality world, I know that I can plug into the internet at any point in time and get some sort of validation that people give a shit about me. And that's important. So the winning combo for a coach is having that hustler and that cheerleader mentality, okay? So wherever you're at right now, I challenge you guys to level up. Take it up another notch. And I don't mean that you're like sprinting tomorrow and you burn yourself out because you're like, I did all this work and nothing even happened. I'm talking about level up what you're doing right now and see how much more you can level up until you get to where you want and where you deserve to be. So next one is 2 different types of no's. And I kind of talked about this, but so I'm all of these, okay? So you have your hard nose, and we get like totally butthurt over the hard nose, right? Because you're like, it's like a gut punch and you're like, well, why didn't you just ignore me? Like, did you have to say no? Like, I'm not into what you're doing, or like whatever they have to say. And realize that I take no's as having respect for me and my time, that they're not interested right now. So guess what? I'm going to follow up with you, but probably not as quickly as I am a ghost. Probably not someone that says, oh, not right now, maybe next month, blah, blah. I might follow up with you in 2 months instead of 1 month. but I don't discredit you because I was a hard no. My infamous script, and I have it written out from a few messages that I gotten from coaches, was, oh my God, thanks so much. I'm just not into that salesy thing, but you do you, girl. You look amazing. You're doing great. I'm so happy for you and so excited for you. It's just not my thing. That was my go-to script forever. I literally had it copy and pasted back in the day. And that's how I responded to people. So I was a hard no. But why? Because I was like, oh my God, please don't invite me again. Because one of these times I'm going to have to admit to you how shitty my life is and you're going to load me in and I'm going to be stuck in this thing. That was my mindset. So I just gave them a hard no. So instead of looking hard no's as something offensive or, oh, this isn't working, look at a hard no as someone who's respecting your time and your energy. And guess what? It's your job to flip it. And I'll tell you that in a second. Your next one is your ghost. I'm the queen ghost. Like if I just avoid you, I can be a scene and you don't see me and you won't come back to me and blah, blah, blah. And they do it. It's like, oh, this is awkward. You hit me up twice. I'm probably going to see you at Wegmans and like, but ghosts are somebody who were like me that got to a point that if you got me in a conversation, I would have to talk about my life. I would have to talk about how unhappy I am. I'd have to talk about how insecure I am. I'd have to say how I've never gotten in any results. I'd have to get into a full-blown conversation with you. And the only end result is your solution helping me. So I'm just going to ghost you because I'm mentally not ready for that conversation to have to admit that out loud. So for that, don't take that as offensive. Oh, they ghosted me, blah, blah, blah. Because guess what? If they really didn't want to do it right now, they would tell you hard no to get you out of their inbox, right? So take that as a grain of salt and let's flip our mindset on what no's are and really put a positive spin on it, that these are still people that are on your wait list. These are people that are sitting outside your club waiting to get in, but they're just not ready, okay? And here's something that you hear all the time is, it's not you, it's them. They're not ready. I'm going to tell you it's you. It is your responsibility to challenge them to flip their mindset. It's your responsibility to go after all of their objections and talk smack and do what you need to do and throw love and wrap it in a Band-Aid, cover them with love and everything, and remind them that your solution is what they need in life, whether they need community, whether they need financial stability, whether they need a sick transformation, whether they just need a support system to plug into every day to feel like they have someone to talk to other than the UPS system. You have that resource to them. So wrap your head around the fact that it is your responsibility that when someone ghosts you, when someone says no to you, when someone, whatever they do to you, it's your responsibility to challenge them and prove to them that it's worth it. Okay. One way, and I am kind of going off track on, no, we'll stick with this. Okay. Top 5 tips. And then I've got 2 things that I'm done. How's your inviting going? Good. Are we at like 30, 50? Like just copy paste. Like invite your little balls off. Let's do this. I want like everyone blocked on Instagram. There's like a certain amount that you can hit before they like Instagram makes you stop messaging. Facebook is even quicker. So like by the time of this, I mean, I'm pretty long-winded. You guys should all be blocked. That would be a successful night. Okay. So stop focusing on the likes and comments and followers. Who gives a shit? I have a thing with my team where I don't want you getting a comma until you hit star diamond. You do not need 1,000 followers to have 24 people enrolled underneath your business. Okay. So before you're all gung-ho and trying to grow your following, what about the people who you already have? Because growing your following, it's going to take at least 3 to 6 months for those people to even think about joining what you're doing. Serve the people that you have. Those people already trust you. They're already loyal to you and they're already interested in what you're doing. Okay. So stop focusing on this growth tool because Instagram and Facebook sucks. Do it on your off time. That shouldn't be highest priority. You should be serving the people that you have, but definitely try to grow your following because you're going to need that in the future. But right now, serve the people that you have. Circle back around, talk to them, share them love, remind them, because guess what? Those are the people that are your OGs. I now go back to I have like this green notebook that I had written everyone's name in that I had invited. I roll back now and I simply just say to him, hey, thanks for following along with this when I literally had no idea what I was doing. Whether you do this with me or not, I appreciate you not blocking or unfollowing me. And they're like my friends, so I can like be funny about it. But that's like a simple invite where then we get in a conversation. I'm like, okay, well now are you done watching? It's been 4 years. This is getting creepy. Like, let's do this. Okay. So stop worrying about that. The next one is you're inviting. Be yourself, be unique. Don't do the whole, hey, you into any health? Thanks for following. I like your pink hat. Are you interested in any health and fitness goals? Like, come on, do we really talk like that? Roll into people's DMs the same way you want to be rolled in. I'll sometimes go in, and here's my thing. I set up my social media so that you'll never ask me what I'm inviting to. because I'm going to talk about it. There's no reason to follow my stories unless 1, you're interested in the business, 2, you're interested in my boot camp, or 3, you want to see Piper. Those are the only reasons why people follow my Instagram. So if you're on my stories, I might slide in and be like, girl, when are you going to drop in this next round of Epic Shred? I've labeled my boot camp Epic Shred because I don't want to call it a challenge group and I don't want to call it a boot camp because I feel like they know that what I'm trying to do. If I say Epic Shred, they know that it's my personal boot camp. It's not attached to them. They're like, oh, are you with Beachbody? I'm like, yeah, I align myself with them, but I'm Kristina Battaglia. Nice to meet you. I align myself with Beachbody because I can guarantee you results, get you locked and loaded, and can guarantee you 30-day money-back guarantee. That's why I align myself with Beachbody, because they're the only company that I full-heartedly believe aligns with me and my mission. So when I send that, I have never had someone come back at me and be like, what is Epic Shred? Because you're watching my stories, you know. I did have someone last week that said to me, they came back at me and they said, how about you at least say hi? And I went back because I was fired up. Because at first I got offensive because I'm actually really, really sensitive. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then I was like, no. I'm like, girl, 1, I started this conversation with hey. 2, you just watched my entire 24 hours of my day. You know the inside scoop. You know my kid pooped today. You know my dog shit on my floor. So you also know that I'm inviting to my boot camp. So I think that you pretty much know everything about my life. I felt comfortable to coming back into your zone and asking you if you want to join it. And I was like, so she wrote back, she goes, LOL, got me. All right, give me the details. And I was like, it worked. You don't know. She could have fired back at me and like came off on me. But guess what? I can just like block her as quickly as she could block me, right? But that was me being like, listen, I'm going to set my social media up that you can't ever come back at me, because if you're following, that's like me opening up a froyo shop and someone walking in and me ignoring you. Like, girl, you walked into my froyo shop. I'm going to tell you all about the flavors and what you need to buy before you get out of here. That's how you need to set up your social media. If you're being timid and you're only sharing a little bit and you see like, love kids, I've got 3 of my own, but no one gives a shit if they take their first steps on Instagram. They just don't. That's not something people are interested in. They don't care if my dog's running through the snow for the first time. They just don't care. They are interested in my transformation, what I'm doing in my business, how I'm growing, and how I'm succeeding, right? Because that's the kind of stuff that's going to provide them value and get them envisioning how they could do that. So yes, share that lifestyle stuff. Yes, do all that. But if that's all your stories is, if I go through your stories and I'm like this, if you're bored by your own stories, everyone else is bored too. You should be stalking your own content and like laughing uncontrollably at your own stuff, or like, oh, this was a really good story, or oh, I hit a really good angle here. Oh, check out that like tricep pop right there. You should be enticed by your own stories so that you know that other people will be too. Okay, so PD. Make sure, and PD isn't sexy. It's the same with nutrition. Like, who cares? We don't want to do it. It's not fun, but it's what gets us results and gets us in the right mind frame that like all these no's we're okay with. So here's one thing that Jeff Hill had said to me a long time ago. What are you doing for PD? And I'm like, like Gary Vee, like he's the only person that like speaks to my soul. And he's like, here's the thing. You can do PD all day, but you need to be doing business PD too. And I'm like, I know, but Compound Fact and GoPro is so boring. I don't like it. And he's like, right, but you want a successful business. And this, I flipped my own, because everyone got in that like girl wash your face phenomenon, right? Like everyone loves Rachel Hollis. Like, and no, I've read it. I get it. Like whatever. That book is going to get you to look in the mirror and tell yourself you're pretty. That isn't going to get you to grow your business. That isn't going to teach you the tools to move your business forward. That's going to make you feel good, and we all deserve that, and we all need that, but that can't be the only PD you're doing, because that is not going to get you in that hustle mode to move your business forward. So make sure you're doing 2 different types of PD, even if you don't like it. Make sure you're doing it. And then recognition. Love who you got. Don't forget your challengers. Don't forget your team. Don't forget your emeralds that fell. Don't forget everybody has value. You never know. And I will say, my one coach right now, who's the most successful coach on my team, signed up under her husband because she swore to me she would never coach. And so they signed up wrong, and she refused to switch because she's like, I'm never doing this. Sat on her butt, went to her first summit as a fallen emerald, came back, popped her husband, or her husband popped himself to diamond, right? She now just went 2-star, never wanted to work the business, wants nothing to do with it, like at all. Don't ever discredit people. Don't ever discount people. Don't ever turn your back on people. Your people who go inactive and fall off, don't ignore them. Go back after them. Find out why. Get sensitive about it. Get upset about it, because it's our responsibility to provide them enough value. Just because that income is and that volume isn't still rolling in, they invested in you. They came to you as their coach. you're locked and loaded as their coach them. So and then one other thing I want to say is get a transformation. I don't care what it is. Show some growth, whether it's physical, financial, mental. You always need to be getting a transformation. One of my friends, Haley, came at me the one day. I was like, I just feel like things are stagnant. She's like, get a transformation. I'm like, I know, I got one. She's like, you've been using the same one for 6 months. Get a new one. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I need to take people on a journey and I need to take people on fun. And so like 80 Day Obsession came out and I'm like, I've never had a butt. I'm going to grow a butt. I literally blew up my business by blowing up my butt. That was my whole game plan with 80 Day Obsession, was getting a butt. And I went from a pancake butt to a peach. And guess what? Everyone was all about it. It was simple as that. And then when Lift 4 came out, I wanted arm muscles so bad. And so I went all in to get arm muscles. And I'm always taking people on a different journey, breaking down my insecurities and showing growth. So make sure no matter where you are, whatever type, we all need growth. We all need to change. We all need to move things forward, but make it positive. Even if you had a really crappy day, no one is going to look at a post like this. It's like, oh my God, today was the hardest leg day. I can't even walk down the stairs, right? It's like, okay, great, Susan. But then if you flip it and you're like, but I'm going to feel freaking bomb when I slide into my freaking bikini next week, that is going to be like, oh, okay. So that simple twist and making a positive out of a negative will be the difference in getting your people engaged and interested in what you're doing. Last two things, I swear I'm done. I way talked over than I was planning on. But two things that I gut punch myself every single day, and I just added on to this today with that whole like limitless potential thing, is, are you the coach you'd enroll with? So right now in your mindset, are you getting frustrated with the people who are signing up or aren't signing up? Are you getting, we call it the link purgatory, you know, the like scene in Share Cart, and it's like, you just keep resending it. And you're like, I know you're getting these. I'm just going to keep resending them. Like, are you getting frustrated with them? Are you getting annoyed by them? Because I would never want to sign up with a coach who is annoyed. I would never want to sign up with a coach who's questioning if this business is right for them. I would never want to sign up with a coach who is just trying, testing, or seeing if this works. I want to sign up with a coach who's a ride or die, who's going to be here till the end, doing what it takes, whatever it takes, and is never going to be gone, right? That's the coach I want to sign up with. So is that where you're at? Because if it's not, if you're not even the coach that you'd enroll with, don't expect anyone to, you like, that'd be selfish to think that someone should enroll with you. And then the second one is, are you the coach you want on your team? Are you the cheerleader? Are you the must be nice? Are you the person liking and commenting? Are you adding value to your team page? Are you showing up on team calls? Are you posting in the challenge group? Are you the ideal coach that you'd want on your downline? Are you talking the talk, the walking the walk? All those different things. And the spin that I put on it today is I said, I am all of those things, but I'm still not living up to my potential. I'm still not the coach I deserve to be, my people deserve to be, I will be, and I will work to get to. So even if you do answer those, again, there's always growth. There's always movement to be made. There's always different things that you can achieve that you're in the driver's seat. Let's just see where you're going to go. So that's it. That's kind of my, like, I'm coming at you.
I'm sweating.
Me too.
No, I really am. But that was so, oh my gosh, I could hear you talk all day. I could, and I know, well, never mind. I'm not going to say it because I don't know if it's public. But anyways, does anybody have any questions while we have her? And please do not be shy.
Wait, what are you going to say? I don't care.
Are you talking at Summit? You're speaking at Summit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I need diamonds and 1 stars.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Hillary's asking, what do you say to ghosters?
Okay, so understand that, like, this is my personality and I wouldn't recommend this to someone who, like, doesn't talk like that, but I have no problem, like, screenshotting it, throwing a circle around scene and be like, girl, I see you. Like, I have no problem doing that, but I'll swing back around. I won't ever do the whole, like, oh, I know you weren't interested last month, or I don't do that. I'm more so, I invite them to something different. So every month I have like a different theme I'm inviting them to, because one month, like, hey, we're really going to work on our butt and arms this month, blah, blah, blah. The next month I'd be like, oh my God, we're like going to slay abs this month, blah, blah, blah. You never know what someone's going through in order for them to be interested. So like, I notice I'm someone, if I notice stagnant, like it gives me anxiety and I need change. And my whole team, after we hit 15, it was such a push, like so crazy that everyone just went like, and just stopped working. We all just froze. And like, rightfully so, we all just froze. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm panicking. And so I was like, let's do a team-wide boot camp where they're all doing individual boot camps. But we're like, let's have like a party vibe, exciting, like blow up Instagram and get people to like trick them into coaching. They don't even know they're coaching, but they are. Blah, blah, blah. And it just upped morale. So I'm all about like flipping and juggling things around and seeing what works. I know that what worked for me 3 years ago doesn't work for me now. What worked for me last week doesn't work for me now. So I'm constantly switching things up. So when I'm inviting and following up with people and ghosts and hard nose and everything, it's all the same way. It's just a different script every month on something different that I'm enrolling to. So then I'm not ever like, I know last month you weren't interested in my challenge group. I'll be like, girl, this month, this is what we're working on. You down? And that's kind of how I go about it. So I never get that, like, 'cause I don't like inviting. Like I hate inviting. Like but I had to figure out a way to make it like fun and I didn't feel icky about it. And I have finally got an assistant and I put her on the job to do it. And then I was like, F no, because I can't ask my coaches to do it and I don't even do it. And I don't like doing it. They don't like doing it. But guess what? I'm going to get in it with them and show them what's possible. And even your invite does not have to be directed about your boot camp or anything. I just did a thing. We said, what are your goal outfits in our boot camp? And I had like 5 girls that said overalls. I'm like, who am I attracting in life? Like friggin' Farmer Joe over here? Like, what is going on? And so I put it in my stories and I was like, I got a bunch of people who want like overalls as their freaking goal outfit. I'm like, anybody else? And I had like hundreds of people that were like, yes. So I was like, fine. So I went through every single yes. And I was like, girl, you know, if your overalls are your goal outfit, you pretty much belong in Epic Shred. You ready? And like, I had a bunch of them that were like, sure, like that was my invite off of overalls. You can spin anything into something. You know what I mean? Like, don't get caught up on that. It has to be some like cookie cutter Stepford coach. Like, meh. If you don't like the invite, don't send it.
That's something I heard a coach say a long time ago, because I do the direct invite. I don't like, once there's any kind of response, I immediately start to develop a relationship. But I do a straight up invite because of that. I want to be asked. I want to ask how I want to be asked. So yeah. I'm glad you said that too. Although I guess I need to ask about overalls now. This is so awesome. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, let's chat. I love this part because I love it mostly to watch like the leader's face when no one says anything and it's like incredibly uncomfortable. It's like, for the love of God, somebody ask a question. Like,
what she said. You guys, this is a huge opportunity to have access to her. I mean, so even if you don't want to talk, will you type it? Somebody has to have a question. Please.
If you guys don't know now either, I think they did the training. I haven't been online today, but for MM100, make sure you guys are all getting Power Greens and starting to use it, because that's going to be an actual Jericho pack. And get ahead of the game on that one so you can like introduce it and like try to make it like sludge look sexy.
I already used her exact pack, so I was all fired up when I saw that. Yeah, I use it. So I think they're gross, but I chug them. So anyways, does anybody else have any questions? Please. Oh wait, Danielle does and Courtney does. Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, like, when you're saying specifically your personal and your business development, those are two separate different things. Like, what kinds of things are you seeking out for your personal development? Since I know you did say Rachel Hollis is kind of like a woo-woo book, and I totally get that. Like, over time, you kind of got to develop something else. Like, what do you shift your personal development to when it's not something like that?
So I do like Rachel Hollis and all the woo-woo, you're a badass isn't so much, but like I do that stuff because I actually have really, really low self-esteem and really struggle with that, believe it or not. I'm like, I can go into a dark place really, really fast. And so I actually do that like every morning when I'm getting ready. Like I use that for my like, you're pretty, you're beautiful, you have value, like that type of shit. Like I'm totally down with. So don't think that like I don't use that, because I do struggle really badly with it. But I also like force myself to do like a lot. Like right now, my goal this year was leadership. And so I asked my success partner for a minute was Josh Spencer. And I was like, hey, can you give me some like leadership recommendations that is like tough love leadership so I can toughen myself up as a leader and teach that. So like every year I try to put a theme on where I fail and need growth in. And this year was like leadership and developing. So I'm very much so the, hey, watch me and you know, I'm going to lead the pack and you follow, rather than, no, I need to actually nurture these relationships and help them lead. So I think whatever speaks to you, whatever connects with you, and even if it's not something that you necessarily like, but you know you need, do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have the same name as one of my good friend's sisters. And I'm like, so help me if someone got her on this team. I was like, I will come for you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said that like you focus like every month on like a different thing, like abs one month and, you know, like maybe like buys the next month or whatever. So is everyone in your, you know, boot camp or challenge group, whatever, doing the same program that month then?
No, they're all doing, right now we're trying to push for a lot of people doing Lift 4 because that was the easiest to market in the summer.
Okay.
4 days a week, and we were just running with that theme. But everybody's doing all different because I never want to isolate anyone. Like, I think it's cool when there's a power in everyone doing things together, and we try and do that for launches. But I also know that certain programs don't connect with people. And so when I'm having conversations, I always, I pretend there's a start date to everything, but there's not. Just to add that like urgency. But I also never say like only 5 to 10 spots left. Like rarely do I do that because like, you know, you got more than that. But everyone's doing different stuff, and I just say like, oh, it's open enrollment, like, and I say I'm going to customize a program for you. So I might say like, hey, like right now with Lift 4, I'm like, a lot of the crew is doing Lift 4, which is blah, blah, blah. However, based on your goals, I think, or you don't have any equipment, so let's roll up with this one and just make sure to like do the daily challenges and stuff. I don't ever try to like ice anyone out or force someone to do something that doesn't connect with them because I want to keep them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Danielle's talking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know, I can't hear. Danielle, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. That was my headphones. So I thank you, first of all, because I'm a fairly new coach, like 3 months. And as of now, I feel like I have been lately getting annoyed just a little bit with people that I know want the help and I know they need the help, and they've reached out to me over and over again, but it's like they have these limiting factors holding them back. They're scared. They're scared. And so I do need to reevaluate, just kind of calm down, take a step back. So I appreciate you saying like, I would not want to buy or do anything with anyone who's annoyed with me, because I can focus on that because I love them. I think that's why I'm getting annoyed. Otherwise, I'm not usually bothered by what other people are willing and not willing to do.
Yeah.
And then like family, close friends, people who are like loved ones that already, like much like you, I've been a trainer since like 2003. So it's not new for me to be pushing health and fitness and wellness, but it gets frustrating when it seems like they don't want the help, but they ask me for the help, but they want free help. And they almost seem like I take it offensively because it's like, it's me. Like, you actually know me. You've known me. I want to help you. I'm totally not trying to get over on you. And I am with a company, like you said, that's so awesome that I can offer you a money back guarantee. I can give you 2 weeks free. And so like, have you, any of you or all of you had this same issue? And do you just like not even worry about family? Do you just kind of move on and just deal with those who want to be helped? And like, even though the family will keep coming back around and saying, yeah, I want to do that sugar detox. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then they ghost you. So I sent out like the message like, hey, like did you see that last message? And if you want, like, what I say something along the lines like, I will, if you want me to take you off of my follow-up list, I can do that because I don't want to bug you. And usually it's no, I've been busy, but it's like they want to play this cat and mouse game, but I feel like I'm getting nowhere. It's hard to not get frustrated but I'm reading all these books, like You Can't Hurt Me, like all these things so that I focus on the positives. But I don't know, I would just like some type of tips to kind of like deal with that.
Okay. So, couple things. One, when is the first time you saw a Beachbody post or infomercial? Like, how many years ago was it?
Years. I can remember using it back in probably 2009 to lose weight my first time, but had seen it, I can't even remember when. Probably
Okay.
the 80s when I was a kid. I don't know, maybe the 90s.
So let's talk 10 years. You are
Okay.
not allowed to get frustrated, annoyed, anything for 10 years because it took you 10 years to decide to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's my gut punch. As I said, I watched this for so long. So who am I to get annoyed? Because guess what? You're giving up on you. You're getting mad at you and frustrated at you. So cross that off right at the gate. Family sucks when it comes to this kind of stuff because they have preconceived notions. Like I love strangers. So family's going to suck. And I'll tell you just a side note. My stepmother, my second month into the business, shared a anti-Shakeology and Beachbody post. And my ex-boyfriend's mom tagged me in it and was like, Kristina, you should see this. And I'm like, you just made this 10 times worse. She is now an emerald underneath her daughter who signed up under me, who was a diamond, who was my number 14 diamond to get to superstar. They come back around. It's on you to show them, but that's a perfect example to be like, okay, I'm going to give you all this information and give them some information and be like, how is that working out for you? That's like my key word is like with anything. How is that working out for you? And if they have kickback, then try this. I don't care if you return it in 30 days. At least I know you tried. Like do it for 30 days. Let's see what happens. And just kind of keep it light because otherwise you're going to bury yourself because I get it. Like having this big heart and having this fitness world. And it's like you finally have the ability to not just train someone for a couple hours a week, but have like a full surface, like I'm going to really, really help you. And they don't take you up on it. I 100% get it. But give them grace because somebody gave you 10 years worth of grace.
Yep.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Now you're going to blow it up. I expect to see you're going to Summit, right? I will come.
Yes, I will be there.
Okay. Then I hope I see you at somewhere and you're like, I did this with my business from here till now. She's like, shit.
Yes.
She's gonna find me.
I'm down. I'm down. I got you. I got me.
Christine will be like, guess what she did? You're muted, Christine.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I do that a lot. Okay. If anyone doesn't have any questions, I'm going to let her go. Thank you so much. I took notes and they were so sloppy, I started rewriting them again. So this was absolutely just phenomenal, and I am so grateful for you, and I hope you guys got these wonderful nuggets from her. And do go say hi to her at Summit. Go introduce yourself to her.
Yeah, because I'll like be the one with like my head down.
She will. I totally forgot about that. Thank you. All right, guys, thank you so much too. Everybody have a great